It's 3 days to the JoyNews National Dialogue on Illegal Mining, which comes up on Monday, December 4. Welcome to JoyNews Desk. Coming up this morning, Special Prosecutor gets backing of anti-graft campaigners to continue his fight against corruption following his claim some judges are against him. Also this morning, minority in Parliament to stage another attempt today to overturn the approval of the 2024 budget passed by voice vote. And Forestry Commission arrests 10 suspected illegal miners and burns 2 excavators in an operation in the Anriaso East Forest Reserve. We have details for you this morning. Plus, ahead of the Yuletide, we'll tell you about the Love FM and Shura FM road safety campaign to shore up awareness creation on the need to ensure safety on the highways to reduce road accidents. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Do settle for the details. Against corruption following his claim that some judges are against him. Mr. Kiseja being alleged a grand scheme by some judges to dismiss cases brought before the court by his office. The unhappy special prosecutor revealed his struggles with cases in a news conference Wednesday. There's more. Let's listen to the OSP.
Members of the press, just as it is essential that anyone accused of a crime should have free access to the courts so that he may be duly acquitted if found not guilty of the offense with which he or she is charged, it is also of the utmost importance that the judiciary should not interfere with investigation and prosecution authorities in respect of matters which are within their statutory powers. It will be gravely inimical to public policy, the fight against corruption, and the administration of justice if the court stepped into this arena to decide who should be investigated, who should be prosecuted, and who should not. That is not the function of adjudication. The danger of this startling decision is again quite obvious. A judge has in the process granted 2 persons immunity from investigation, and in effect, immunity from prosecution. This decision opens up a calamitous deluge, as every person under criminal investigation will be encouraged to take out suits to injunct investigation and prosecution bodies from investigating and prosecuting them. Indeed, there is a live case involving the OSP now, in which someone has taken the cue to seek to injunct the OSP from investigating them. The real and present danger looms largely on the consideration that by so doing, persons under investigation would end up conscripting the judiciary to clothe them with immunity from investigation and prosecution. Members of the press, I do not intend to sound as though I am predicting doom, but we are facing doom. And this is it. With this development, it will not be long. A suspected murderer or armed robber would boldly walk to court with the unthinkable prayer that the court should injunct law enforcement agencies from investigating him. Should I feel frustrated and resign? I took an oath when I was sworn in. And in my life, when I take on the reins to do something, I do it to the best of my ability. Who do not understand tree, please forgive me. They say I'm a unkwanoma. Me de me cry about for it. Me hear the me to me. Emre swan. Eko.
You heard the Special Prosecutor Kesia Jabing. Adam Senano is co-founder of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption. He's been reacting to this development.
Well, it's one of those unique characteristics of the space that is occupied in anti-corruption. As one former Minister of Finance of Nigeria, I think it was Okonjo-Iweala, said, when you fight corruption, corruption fights back. So there would be different levels of individuals and institutions who are not happy with the effort to ensure that you minimize and, as it were, try and eradicate corruption. I think that what is required is a mindset that one should just continue to robustly deal with these issues that as they come up and not be intimidated or overwhelmed by things that happen. And I think that that's the way to go. So you will not have a situation where people make it easy for you to deal with this fight. But the longer we keep at it, and when we play a much more greater, put a lot more emphasis on nurturing integrity and honesty, that will help reduce the incidents where people feel frustrated when they are fighting corruption. Well, I think that what matters is just ensuring that the evidence you put out, because whether he's right or wrong will be determined by case analysis of the facts of the specific issue or scenario in question. And as he adduces those facts for others to also look at, you can then draw a conclusion as to whether there's a particular trend emerging where one institution appears to be frustrating or impeding the work of the office. So whether he's right or wrong may not be the issue as much as how many of such instances exist. Are we seeing a pattern emerging? And is this something that the Chief Justice and other persons who should have responsibility are taking note of to ensure that these things, if they are true and are impeding the progress of the collective, that actions are taken to ensure that we have fair, sound judgments that promote the best interests of all Ghanaians.
Parliament will attempt to overturn the approval of the 2024 budget passed by a voice vote. The majority side staged a walkout, accusing the Speaker of bias following his call for a head count after an earlier declaration that the budget had been approved. Speaking to JoyNews, Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram, Sam George, insists the budget has not been approved by the House.
That this Honourable House approves the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2024. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. No!
Scenes in Parliament today reminiscent of what we saw in the House in 2021 when the NDC minority purported to have rejected the 2022 budget over the e-levy brouhaha and controversy in the House. Today again, the NDC MPs wanted to reject the budget and they did a lot of stuff to achieve that. There was an initial voice vote that the Speaker of Parliament adjudged to have been won by the A's, those who supported the budget, and the minority were on their feet. Listen to Amakofi-Boa challenge that decision of the Speaker.
On Order 1132 to call for a head count to challenge your ruling. And so,
but even before the Speaker of Parliament will go ahead and conduct that head count, the majority MPs will not agree. According to them, the NDC MPs have completely adopted a process that is alien to the House.
It's most unnecessary and should not be entertained. There is nothing before you. We can't proceed to do a head count when there is no primary application challenging the voice vote. Mr. Speaker, I therefore submit that that secondary step that he is urging on you to proceed on is neither here nor there, Mr. Speaker. It is as simple as an odious submission, and Mr. Speaker should dismiss him.
There was a back and forth over this for nearly an hour before the Speaker determined that he was going to go ahead with the head count. But the Speaker decided that not only was he going to do a head count, he was going to call individual MPs to stand up on their feet in their chairs to be counted. This is where the majority MPs drew the line. Oseche Mensah-Bonsu led his team to walk out. But of course, not without some hesitations on the floor. There were still some NPP MPs who were seated who really believed that option to walk out was a bad choice.
You don't have the floor.
If you want to entertain,
You don't have the floor.
For a head count,
You don't have the floor. You don't have the
put the
floor.
head count on their side since they are challenging.
You don't have the floor.
You know the bill.
You don't have the floor. You don't have the floor.
And we are leaving the chamber for them. Yes, we are leaving the chamber for you. Now do the head count and see whether you have the number to overturn Mr. Speaker's ruling.
The expectation then was that the Speaker of Parliament will continue the vote by calling NDC MPs to stand up in their seats to be counted. The Speaker did otherwise, deciding that the House should take a suspension instead.
Is that there are 5 members of the minority who are not here. So all that he's doing is to play for time to enable them to come to the chamber. That is it. That's all that it is. What are the names of those of them who are not there?
Honorable Ayarga.
Ayarga is not here.
Honorable Senator.
Sam George is not here. And Zanoto is not here. Ajekum is not here. And Jachikwesin is not here. There are 5 of them who are not here. All that the Speaker is doing is playing for time to enable them to find a way to enter the chamber. What kind of thing is this? Why should a Speaker beat such a hasty retreat from what he had said? He said to us that he thought, and I'm quoting him, that I think the eyes have it. That is how speakers make pronouncements and determination. It is this. And that is why we left the chamber for him. That let him do his own thing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the import of what you have done.
Well, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says, as far as he is concerned, the 2024 budget has been approved.
We are all here. We just, the bell is ringing, which means that the chamber is just coming back to sitting. But I think we've just witnessed a situation where the minority leader gave their closing statements, majority also did, and then I had some concluding remarks. At the end of the day, the Speaker put it to vote twice, actually, and he declared that he thinks that the ayes have it. Yeah. So that means the budget, in my view, has been passed. Later, there was a challenge which has not been resolved. So as far as I know and I believe, we have the 2024 budget passed until such time as they resolve whatever they want to resolve.
The minority say that is not true and that the budget has not been decided on. And as far as they are concerned, another day will come on the floor where a vote will be taken on this budget.
Today, the MPP has been defeated. Yes. The MPP has been defeated in a grand style.
Comprehensively.
In fact, this is the second time this NPP has run away from their own budget. Second time in the history of Ghana. Sensing defeat. We have got them and we'll get them again another day. The fact remains that the MPP does not have the numbers to approve their own budget. That when the Speaker makes a pronouncement and a ruling, they can only challenge that through a substantive motion. And on the 98 is clear on the matter. So as we speak, the budget has not been approved.
It's just about 3 weeks for Parliament to go on its December break. And what we've seen today is a foreshadowing of what is going to happen in the next 3 weeks. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of fights over a lot of things because of the level of mistrust that exists among the individual MPs. The majority say the Speaker of Parliament today acted in a way that abused the standing orders and wanted to favor the NDC minority over that. But that is not something that the minority agree with. We'll continue to monitor scenes in the House as this minority challenge of the budget continue to hang. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
On your election headquarters, in what is evolving into a political spectacle, the upcoming parliamentary primaries in Okankwe North presents a challenging battle. Nana Madokwa, the sitting MP for Ekropong and Deputy Trade and Industry Minister, will attempt to fend off opposition from 5 party stalwarts to represent the party in a different constituency. Raymond Akwa has the report.
To the impending primary. Deputy Minister, once a key figure in the Ekropong, is now seeking the trust and mandate of a different constituency, marking a political odyssey that challenges traditional party dynamics and intensifies the competition within the NPP. However, Amadukwe's journey is no walk in the park. She contends with 5 strong competitors within the party, each bringing unique credentials and party allegiance to the forefront. Notable among them are lawyer and 2-time aspirant Ken Kranche, former constituency treasurer and polling station executive Prince Osu Mensah, and former deputy CEO for Maslog and prominent NPP communication team member Efia Kutu.
So what makes me unique is I have a big heart to love, I have a big heart to serve, and I don't believe getting into parliament is an honor. No, it's a place to serve. If you really understand why you have been called that, you have not been called to come and say, that is a fiakoto for you. I don't think about just myself. I don't think about just what would make me shine. I believe that we rise by lifting others. Okankwe North is one of the places over Greater Accra. Years back, it was one of the world banks of NPP. We don't make until CH Okankwe North.
But looming as the most formidable opponent is a former member of parliament for the area, Husseini Issa, who is bent on working his way back to the legislature. Here's why.
The constituents, by and large, agree that when they gave me the opportunity the first time around, I made immense contribution to their living within the constituency. I contributed towards the development of education, health issues, sanitation issues, youth development issues, job creation issues within the constituency. And they have looked at the good works that I started the last time and have resolved that they want me to go and represent them again in the 9th Parliament of the Republic. That is why I'm contesting, and hopefully, come 2nd December, by 3 p.m., I am going to be declared as a winner within the party's primaries, and we are going to go on to win the elections come 7th December 2024.
The Okankwe North NPP primaries transcend mere political contest. They are a litmus test of conviction and loyalty within the party. Can Amadukwa convince the party faithfuls in Okankwe North that she is their best choice, despite the shift from the original constituency? With legal concerns lingering in a diverse field of competitors, the stage is set for a historic battle that will undoubtedly shape the NPP's political landscape in the Greater Accra region.
Majority Leader Oseche Mensah says Parliament must pass the spousal property rights before the end of the 8th Parliament. This law seeks to determine how properties of spouses must be shared during divorce and even for cohabitation who are not legally married. During a roundtable discussion in Parliament, Majority Leader Oseche Mensah and Gender Minister Laraba Zuwaira Abdul charged the House to pass the bill immediately.
Dear colleagues, it appears the blame for the non-passage of the bill has been laid on the doorsteps of Parliament. And this is because the bill has been laid twice, referred to the committee and allowed to lapse. It is crucial for Parliament to enact into law an act that directs the distribution of spousal property among spouses going through a divorce or separation. Colleagues, at the end of the 8th Parliament, at which time I shall surely retire, and I believe I will not be retarded from this August House, and I believe I can say the same for the first Deputy Speaker. Among the many things we will do in the impending 4th and last session of Parliament should be the passage of the property rights of spouses. As I said, the affirmative action bill and equally the intestate succession bill. We must resolve to confront on behalf of our constituents all the thorny issues that have assailed the passage of this law and to promise to ensure that we will fulfill the dictates of Article 22, Clause 2 and actualize the phrase as soon as practicable.
It is not easy when you love somebody. When you love a man, at times you don't care whatever you are doing. Some even take their parents' property and will be a man. Yeah, out of love. Some do, especially the young ones, So we need to educate them. So gender ministry, we will collaborate with them. But this bill is under AG. It's not under us. It's under AG. But just that we will collaborate with AG department and see how best Parliament can support us to pass this bill.
But former Minority Chief Whip Muntaka Mubarak says the bill has struggled through Parliament because it failed to deal with the distinctive nature of the Ghanaian society.
I was even the government whip when it was introduced the second time in 2013, and it struggled and it lapsed. And I really wish we could have it as a way of eulogizing the majority there and the first British Speaker as they leave Parliament. But believe me, if it is going to be introduced in the same form and manner that it was done, I'm sorry to disappoint you that it will surely elapse. Because you see, we are running away from one thing. If you go to the United Kingdom, it has always been English. All of them. They have the same culture, the same language, the same everything. If you go to France, they have always lived like that. If you go to Germany, that's how they have lived. But unfortunately for us, in Africa, we were colonized. And when we were colonized, they took different group of people and put them around the same boundary and call it a country. So we were never the same. We should have that at the back of our mind. But if you want to assume that we want to do it just one size fits all, it will continue to have the kind of challenges that it's going to have. Because I look at part of this and a portion that talks about cohabitation. And the property rights of spouses that you are trying to propose in the bill wants to give her the same, or give him or her the same right like, what? I mean, you can be sure that I will oppose it 1 million times anytime it comes up. Because it does not only from the fundamental core of the society that I come from. It's from on the faith that I have. The majority of people that I represent will be against it. And as a member of Parliament, I can only oppose what majority of my people oppose, including myself. If we don't appreciate this difficulty, we'll introduce this in 1 million times, and it will fail, unfortunately, 1 million times.
Our former MP for Tamale Central, Inusaf Hussein, believes interest parties must lobby politicians to make it a central part of the manifestos.
Clearly, I don't think that those who drafted the Constitution thought that 30 years will still be within the remit of as soon as practicable. I don't think so. The environment presently is so hostile for a bill of this nature. I think that what we all should be working towards is ensuring that the right provisions are contained in the bill, broad stakeholder engagement is conducted and done in such a way that we build consensus on what should be contained in the bill, and the next government probably be compelled, and lobbyists should, CEOs, if they are here, CEOs should be making it a case for political parties to include the passage of the personal property rights as part of their manifestos, so that we build consensus that this is the way to go first year in the new regime.
Away from that, it's day 3 days to the JoyNews National Dialogue on Illegal Mining titled Poison for Gold. Ahead of that, the Forestry Commission has arrested 10 illegal miners in the Anyaso East Forest Reserve. The arrest follows an operation by the Rapid Response Unit of the Commission on Wednesday, November 29 at Mansehnia Diaso in the Bibiani Forest District in the Western North region. According to the Commission, the operation was to flush out illegal miners who had entered the reserve with heavy machinery and were destroying the forest cover and polluting water bodies with the illegal mining operations, which are believed to be backed by some political authorities in the district. The armed unit of the Commission swooped in on the miners in a surprise move, arresting 10 of them. 2 excavators and 2 heavy-duty electrical plants found at the illegal mining site were completely destroyed. The Commission said the suspects were sent to the Dunkwa police station for security reasons. They will later be moved to the appropriate police jurisdiction in the Western North region to face the full rigors of the law. Leading radio stations in the Ashanti region, Love 99.5 FM and Insura 104.5 FM, have set forth to heighten road safety awareness to reduce accidents during the Yuletide. The annual public service campaign is in collaboration with road safety authorities to reduce the incessant car crashes. The annual corporate social responsibility initiative educates motorists, pedestrians and the general public on safety measures to prevent road accidents. Here's a report by Clinton Yeboah.
The Love FM and Insura FM Road Safety Campaign is in partnership with the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, the National Road Safety Authority, and the Ghana Police Service. The Kumasi Road Traffic 2022 report disclosed that road traffic crashes in Kumasi rose from 1,255 to 1,550 between 2021 and 2022, representing a 24% increment. Drivers and other road users trooped to the VIP bus terminal station at Asafo to access education on road safety at the event launch.
DVLA is celebrating its 25th anniversary, and so we want to highlight that process. We know that the year is coming to an end, and accident also becomes prevalent, and so we also want to highlight this part so that drivers will be cautious as we approach the Christmas. We introduced the eye test by the certified optometrists. Before, it didn't used to be there. Sometimes there was debate, confusion, argument about our output of the results we do. So now the people who are certified are the ones who are doing the eye test, and so we know that there's no doubt about the vision or the results of the eye test that is coming.
Regional Head of Police, Motor, Transport and Traffic Directorate, Chief Superintendent Edu Boahin said enforcement will be heightened among road users and drivers.
See, road safety issues, as we are doing the education, the publicity is also one of the key. And then when we are also pack it with enforcement, then those who are not going to abide by the rule will be compelled to comply with the road traffic regulations.
The Regional Director of the Road Safety Authority, Akwesi Boateng, is entreating entities to link with the media to heighten education.
Everybody needs to support the media because the media plays a very important role in ensuring safety for all road users, especially disseminating information on speeding, pedestrian safety and motorcycle usage. In a region like this, we have issues with speeding, as I said earlier, motorcycle safety and pedestrian safety. So through the media, we are very hopeful and confident that a lot of people will get the message and understand the need to be safe on the highways in the region.
The event was climaxed with a free eye screening of Asafo VIP bus drivers by the DVLA. Reporting for JoyNews, Clinton Yeboah.
A three-year geolocation data has disclosed concentrated areas along high-capacity roads in Kumasi as high-risk fatal crash locations. Residents and road users within the identified locations say they live in fear with an alarming surge in road traffic accidents and casualties. The causes of these fatal traffic crashes have been acknowledged to be manifold. Here's another report by Clinton Yeboah.
The Love FM and
the would be a but accident, the accident, and yes, and then could woe. Who are the BSC? How are you measuring?
that was the voice of an aggrieved driver who is overwhelmed with the rampancy of road traffic accidents here on this stretch. Where I'm standing currently is the Buedi Junction. The Buedi Junction is a three-lane intersection where cars are coming from Buedi, others are coming from Kejetia, and others are coming from Ejoso. All these three lanes intersect here where there is a traffic light. However, this particular stretch has been cited by the Kumasi Road Safety Report of 2022 that this stretch or this point is a high-risk location for road traffic accidents in Kumasi. In the busy city of Kumasi, outside of its active markets and lively streets, lies a phenomenon hard to overlook: road fatalities. Some road intersections in the metropolis are not simple paths of transportation, but each endures the collision of lives and damage to valuables at an alarming rate. The cited roads stretch through Alonga Junction, Buedi Junction, Esuyeboa traffic intersection, Sofoline Station, and Amekum traffic intersection. The Kumasi Road Safety Report 2022 disclosed that road traffic crashes in Kumasi rose from 1,255 to 1,550 between 2021 and 2022, representing a 24% increment. Findings from the report show pedestrians, motorcyclists and cyclists accounted for 84% of the reported fatalities within the period. A recent road crash at the Alonga traffic intersection left residents in despair.
This intersection curve is very sharp. The slightest miss in brake will result in accident. This place is dangerous, very dangerous.
Rush hour moments along the Buedi Junction seems to be an unfavorable time to ply the stretch. Drivers and residents along the intersection recount frequent malfunctioning traffic lights and reckless driving as major causes of traffic calamities.
The traffic light goes off frequently. If the servicemen don't come to repair it in 30 days, drivers will continue to drive without direction. The Accra to Kumasi drivers are always on speed. Every day there is an accident. Others will be on their phones and drive into other moving vehicles.
Because of say now any driving accident na ebe cause. Also kwan no hwe main road and I run about there actually.
The main road connects to the roundabout, so drivers move with top speed, crashing into others.
As the city's population increases rapidly, the streets become busier. Motorists and commuters expect measures to keep the roads safe.
Riders should be attentive. They can continue pressing their phones at home.
There should
be more precision with the traffic lights, and their servicing should be frequent. The traffic light goes off causing accidents, yet authorities only respond when there is a catastrophe. It's like no one cares about us.
Kinsley Reko is the Bloomberg Philanthropies Initiative for Global Road Safety Surveillance Coordinator in Kumasi. He's entreating the National Road Safety Authority and Ghana Highway Authority to prioritize recommendations in the 2022 Road Safety Report.
There are many interventions or things we could extract from the, for example, DUR can go and have a corridor inspection on the high-risk location, and then if there are any engineering intervention that they could do, it can be done. Also, based on mass media, GPRTU can pick it, and in any of their maybe education for their drivers and even the public, there's a way they can address these are the high-risk location. Although there are no intervention done at the moment, what do you have to do when you are aware of your place? Because you know the crashes events are not random. They are converging at a specific location. These are the implications that we want people to extract from the report, and then maybe next year fatalities will reduce.
Reporting for JoyNews, Clinton.
With an average of 2,164 cyber attacks in the second quarter of 2022 alone in Africa, it has emerged that there is a global shortage of cybersecurity professionals to the tune of over 4 million. This was revealed by the head of industry and partnerships of the World Economic Forum, Ashe Joshi, at the opening of the maiden two-day global conference on cyber capacity building in Accra. Carlos Coloni has more.
Over 800 cyber experts, development partners, and government officials from over 100 countries are currently in Accra for a two-day global conference on cyber capacity building. Themed Cyber Resilience for Development, the conference aims to create a 16-point framework, the Accra Call, to combat growing global cyber threats. Speaking at the event, head of industry and partnerships at the World Economic Forum, Ashe Joshi, revealed a staggering 4 million shortage of cyber security experts in the face of escalating threats.
93% of cyber leaders and 86% of business leaders believe that geopolitical instability is likely to result in a catastrophic cyber attack over the next 2 years. Generative AI is widely believed to have shifted the balance in favor of attackers as opposed to defenders. Despite the growing complexity, there is a global shortage of roughly around 4 million cybersecurity professionals. In the Global Cybersecurity Outlook report that we publish, nearly 60% of leaders rank talent recruitment and retention as the key challenge for managing cyber resilience.
In her opening remarks, Minister of Communication and Digitalization, Esla Owusu-Akufo, emphasized Ghana's commitment to building resilient cyber capacity despite challenges. She called for strengthened international collaboration to combat this menace.
Ghana is actively pursuing cybersecurity initiatives, not just for our benefit, but also for the benefit of the sub-region. In the second quarter of this year, the continent experienced the highest average number of weekly cyber attacks per organization, with an average of 2,164 attacks, reflecting a year-on-year increase of 23% compared to the same period last year. The borderless nature of cyberspace and the increased interdependence on information communications technologies means there's a need for all of us to prioritize cooperation both among the private and public institutions and between countries.
President of the Global Forum Cyber Expertise Foundation Board, Chris Painter, acknowledges some successes in building cyber resilience.
As part of the World Antibiotics Awareness Week, Lekma General Hospital, in partnership with Ghana Public Health Association, is enlightening students on antimicrobial resistance. This will ensure healthy living among students, and it's expected to sensitize the future generation on the use and dangers associated with the abuse of antibiotics. Speaking at an outreach event at the Raleigh Senior High School in Accra, Dr. Folosade Ojo Benis emphasized the need to use antibiotics under a doctor's advice.
Have a confirmed, you know what it means to have something confirmed. When you have tested and you are sure that that is what it is, then when you have that, you can now use the antibiotics for it. So you should only use antibiotics when it is necessary, okay? And if a doctor is telling you that you should take antibiotics, the doctor will tell you you should take this amount, that's the dosage, okay? And then you take it 2, 3, once, twice a day, okay? Times in a day. And then for so number of days. So that is the best way to do it.
Infection Prevention and Control Nurse PNO Efua Ekufo provided students with essential guidance on the proper utilization of sanitizers to safeguard them from harmful bacteria.
You know the hand sanitizer that we use. Someone can get a very small hand sanitizer and use it for like 6 months. It means the person is not using it well. So you dispense the hand sanitizer into your palm, making sure that you start with your fingertips first. Why do you think we do our fingertips first when we are using hand sanitizers? Because the virus can hide in between your fingers. But the real reason is that if you don't do your fingertips first and you start with the normal hand processing, hand washing processing, by the time you get to the fingertips, it will all have been evaporated and you can't get a lot into your fingertips. So we don't just dispense hand sanitizer. You see people just like this and they are done. No. You do your fingertips first, just like the way you did a hand washing, and then you go through the process till your hands are dry.
We'll take a break on JoyNews Desk. We'll be back with business.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Oh, banana! You should try it, especially my banana.
Your superstation Love 99.5 FM, in partnership with the brilliant minds behind your favorite court series, KDTL vs. Makola, comes to your latest comedy master, Banana and Melon movie. Meet Henry, a man on a do-or-die mission to win the heart of his lover, Afi. But Afi seems to have other plans.
By the way, are you an Ewe?
Yes, Afi Chikwe.
Oh, Afi, you are lucky.
I'm lucky.
Yes, I'm looking for an Ewe. You're an Ewe.
Starring the incredibly talented Louise Lamis, the fantastic Atidadi, and the lovely Isabella Etona, comedian Kweku 40, and many more. Don't miss the grand premiere in Kumasi on December 2nd at the CCB Auditorium, KNUST, and there are 2 show times, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Tickets are available for just 60 Ghana cedis single and 100 Ghana cedis couple. Tickets are available at front desk of Love FM, Poku Trading Supermarket, Adum, IC Cup, KNUST commercial area. Sponsors.
And that's how when they share comfort, not teaching hospital. The Omununi. Yakrakra ni bia. And so the Adru the Agensem. And what can he say? Bessie, I are Sabia. Man, a fan and Toma Pefrebio. Man, I say, baby, assassin Paco Jaya. Yura, a Santangini, or 2 4 or 6 to 2 Abebu. And the Ayana come as so dear. Say, Bessie, G. I'm an Achan Canin impo.
And then the chair was here to so. And now, woman, Missy the Babu magic, woman, 100 cities magic, a child, as our magic. So, yet you boom, now you answer, Pepper. So, Father, as my dad used to say, it's mommy and yam, yeah, Gagaban was sitting down with you. So,
and penning for the when you boa, saying you know, I are a sabia, a se, a fata, ni dimu ankasa.
nanso yɛnkɔte adurumra ɛno ane ahanhan ɛbɛhia wo mmoa ansa ne nisɔadehu wei abam yi kakra fa ma yi kakra fa boa ne yiyi a ɛyɛ ma yɛ nyinaa boa na otumfoɔ Heal Cath Project no ɛnwie pɛyɛ wobɛtumi afa saa kwan mu biara so ɛde aboa.
Hello, welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Energy Minister Matthew Opoku-Prempeh says an ongoing 16.8 megawatt rooftop solar project expected to generate about 26 gigawatts hour of power annually is significant to Ghana's energy mix. The $30 million project by Helios Solar Company of LMI Utilities, a subsidiary of LMI Holdings, started in April this year and is expected to be completed by first quarter of 2024. It will be the largest in Africa and the second in the world. Mr. Opoku-Prempeh disclosed this after a visit to the facility at the Tema Free Zones Enclave.
The 16.8 megawatts capacity rooftop project by Helios Solar Company Limited is taking place on the biggest warehousing complex in Ghana, the International Warehouse Company at the Tema Free Zones Enclave. It will be the biggest of its kind in Africa and second in the world. With the off-taker being Enclave Power Company Limited, the $30 million project, financed by the International Finance Corporation, IFC, will produce 26 gigawatt-hour of power annually and is said to be a significant boost to Ghana's energy mix agenda of 2030. Sector Minister Matthew Opoku-Prempeh is happy Helios Solar Company Limited of LMI Utilities has undertaken this vital initiative.
It will contribute significantly to Ghana's renewable energy mix agenda by 2030. We also have about 10% of our energy generation mix coming from solar. So this is going to be a significant part of that. Purely private sector led, Ghanaian led, IFC supported industry. No sovereign guarantees and government guarantees and PCOAs and things to the central government. We had to change the policy, or we have to lift the embargo on embedded energy generation to support the private sector to do what they've done. And I'm glad that somebody is taking advantage of policy, and that's the whole point of policy.
Matthew Opoku-Prempeh believes the project will play an important role in training artisans, students, among others, as majority of the workers are Ghanaians.
That will be a demonstration case for students to come and learn, for artisans to acquire the skill of putting up solar. I had a very bitter experience paying $5,000 for these things to be done in my house, and it didn't work. It has shattered my and it is purely because the technical capacity, the technical skill that we need to put up solar and also to maintain solar is now a new area that we are developing.
Now, government is being urged to exercise caution in the implementation of the regulations to restrict the import of strategic products. According to Consumer Protection Organization CAST International, government must invest in local businesses to improve their capacity to prevent shortages. Now, although the Africa Regional Director of CAST International, Pierre Kusiadmako, lost the move, he indicates that it could increase prices of goods. He spoke to Joy Business after the GIZ CAST public-private dialogue on guided trade initiative under the African Continental Free Trade Area.
As a country, we cannot continue to import everything. I don't know to what extent shall we be importing offers, intestines, and what we say in Chi Yemudie. We have so many, better proteins for us than to be importing these offers from abroad. So I think that in some breadth, it is very good. However, we need to also be concerned about the implementation. in 2016, there was this cement restriction on importation of cement into the country, and a committee was set up, a similar committee under this proposed LI. And after the committee had recommended that we don't require any further cement to be imported into the country, the trade minister at that time overruled the recommendations of the committee and imported the cement into the country. So we need to be very careful. It's a very good idea, but one key thing also is that we also need to be sure that we have enough install capacity by domestic producers, so that once this LI goes into operation, there will not be shortage of these goods, because whenever there are shortages, the prices will go up and consumers will have to pay more. And so everything that they have to do must be backed by data, not political rhetoric.
And that's it for this segment. The news continues after the break.
Your day is never dull when you tune into Joy Prime. Wake up to Prime Morning on weekdays as Roseling, KMJ, and Asiedua kickstart your day with breakfast of issues.
Genta explains Sarkodie came promise at the Grammy absence.
Stay informed with our news updates, sports coverage, all interlaced with captivating novella series. Sandwiching the thrilling telenovelas is our comprehensive news at 7. Unwind with Sports Zone, Mondays at 9 p.m. BMPS Show, Friday at 9 p.m. and groove to the turn-up general selections at 10 p.m. on weekdays. The weekend is packed with loads of excitement, from kids programs to captivating talk shows. Stay tuned for action-packed movies from Monday to Sunday and many other exciting shows only on Joy Prime. Joy Prime, your ultimate experience.
1, 2, give me the dance. Let's go. Say hello with everybody for you. Shake bellow.
Your favorite TV game show, Step Up, is back with another amazing season. This time, we are stepping up with Syntax Tank. Step Up with Syntax Tank will see contestants answer questions of their choice and win over 6,000 Ghana Cedis cash prize weekly and other products from our sponsors. This season, viewers at home should watch out for the Syntax Tank question of the week. Be the first to answer correctly via WhatsApp or send SMS to 050-833-8888 and win incredible prizes. The person who answers most of the weekly questions correctly and fastest gets a 65-inch Samsung TV at the end of the season. Step Up with Syntax Tank, showing on Joy Prime every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Sponsored by Bell Ice, MTN Momo, Angel Cola. Powered by Syntax Tank. Joy Prime, your ultimate experience.
Welcome back to the rest of our stories. And the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, is warning cement production companies to desist from using woven polypropylene bags for packaging cement in the country. Woven polypropylene sacks made from plastics, due to its high strength, low weight, and good tear resistance, makes them an ideal packaging solution, particularly in the agricultural and construction industries. However, Executive Director of the EPA, Henry Kwabena Kokofo, in a press briefing in Accra, said the environmental impact of these woven polypropylene bags outweighs its advantages. He is cautioning, however, that cement production companies must stick to paper bags for packaging, and is warning defined companies will be surcharged.
A particular type of plastic is rearing its head in the country, and it is known as the PP. That's the polypropylene bags. They are woven and you know them. These bags are mostly used by manufacturing industries to package grains, sugar, building materials, among others. The PP bags are thermoplastics made from polypropylene gas, which is a byproduct of oil refining and has qualities like fire resistance, high heat and dimensional solidity, properties such as non-reactivity to acids, high impermeability, and high tensile strength make them the ideal packaging material for manufacturing industries. However, the effects of these plastics on the environment are far dire. The cement manufacturing industry have been known to the usage of paper bags, which are degradable and so environmentally friendly. What we are trying to say that we do know that are bagged in paper bags. That has been the tradition. And at EPA, we have never had problems with that because they easily decompose and degrades. They are organic material. However, we have noticed in recent times that there have been attempts to change from cement paper bagging to woven PP bags within the industry. And we are sounding caution to industry that this will not be allowed. We will prevent the use of that through the means of law and regulations. This is a very, very important message we are sending out there. The EPA, by this forum, is informing the general public, industry players, as well as other stakeholders, that the permitted means of bagging cement is strictly the use of paper bags. To this end, we are collaborating with Ghana Standard Authority, the Ghana Customs Division of the GRA, to ensure you should have a common platform to ensure that the influx of these PPs will be controlled to the minimum.
And that's how we wrap up JoyNews Desk this morning. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. See you again at 12.